Guardians of the Digital Realm, Securing Data in a Connected World. Today's agenda. Understanding cybersecurity types of cyber threats, cybersecurity measures, and best practices, emerging trends in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity. Definition, importance, and key concepts. Cybersecurity protects digital systems, networks, and data from unauthorized access, attacks, and damage. It is essential for safeguarding sensitive information and ensuring the reliability of digital operations. Key concepts include threat detection, risk management, and incident response. Common threats in the digital landscape include malware, phishing, and ransomware. Cybersecurity encompasses technologies and practices that protect digital systems and data from attacks and unauthorized access. Its significance has grown with the rise in digital information and cyber threats, with global cybercrime costs projected to reach $10.5 trillion annually by 2025. Effective cybersecurity safeguards sensitive data, national security, economic stability, and personal privacy in today's connected world. Key cybersecurity terms include threat, vulnerability, risk, firewall, encryption, malware, phishing, and zero-day exploit. Understanding these concepts is essential for effective defense. For example, a vulnerability is a system weakness attackers exploit, while risk measures the potential impact and likelihood of incidents. Mastering this vocabulary helps professionals communicate and plan strategically. Major cyber threats are malware, phishing, man-in-the-middle attacks, SQL injection, and insider risks. Phishing causes over 80% of security incidents. Malware includes viruses and ransomware. Insider threats, both intentional and accidental, are a significant concern due to potential employee errors or malicious actions. These threats can involve unauthorized use of credentials, excessive privilege escalation, data exfiltration, sabotage, espionage, or negligence. Common warning signs include logins at odd hours, use of unapproved devices, and violations of security policies. To mitigate insider threats, organizations should establish comprehensive insider threat programs, implement strict access controls, conduct regular training and awareness sessions, monitor user activity, and develop robust incident response plans. Early detection and user behavior analytics are critical for identifying and responding to suspicious activity. 1. Malware, viruses, and ransomware. Malware is a broad term for any software designed to harm, exploit, or otherwise compromise a computer system. Viruses are a type of malware that attach themselves to legitimate programs and spread when those programs are run, often corrupting data or disrupting operations. Ransomware is a specific kind of malware that encrypts a victim's files and demands payment, a ransom, for the decryption key. Ransomware attacks can cripple organizations by making critical data inaccessible. 2. Phishing and social engineering attacks. Phishing involves tricking individuals into revealing sensitive information, like passwords or credit card numbers, by pretending to be a trustworthy entity, often through deceptive emails or fake websites. Social engineering attacks manipulate people into breaking normal security procedures, such as by impersonating a colleague or authority figure to gain access to confidential information or systems. 3. Denial of service and advanced persistent threats. Denial of service (DOS) attacks flood a network or website with excessive traffic, making it unavailable to legitimate users. Distributed denial of service (DDoS) attacks use multiple systems to amplify the effect. Advanced persistent threats (APTs) are prolonged, targeted attacks where an intruder gains access to a network and remains undetected for an extended period, often to steal sensitive data or monitor activity. 1. Malware, viruses, and ransomware. Protection strategies. Install and update antivirus/anti-malware software. Use reputable solutions and keep them current to detect and block threats. Apply system and software updates promptly. Patch vulnerabilities that malware and ransomware exploit. Regular backups. Maintain offline or cloud backups to recover data if attacked by ransomware. Limit user privileges. Restrict administrative rights to reduce the risk of malware spreading. Use firewalls. Both network and host-based firewalls help block malicious traffic. Educate users. Train staff to recognize suspicious files and avoid unsafe downloads. 2. Phishing and social engineering attacks. Protection strategies. Security awareness training. Teach employees to spot phishing emails and social engineering tactics. Email filtering. Deploy spam filters to block suspicious messages. Multi-factor authentication. MFA require MFA for sensitive accounts to prevent unauthorized access. Verify requests. Encourage staff to confirm unusual requests for sensitive information, especially those received via email or phone. Incident reporting. Establish clear procedures for reporting suspected phishing attempts. 3. Denial of service, DOS, and advanced persistent threats, APTs. Protection strategies. Network monitoring. Use intrusion detection and prevention systems, IDS/IPS, to spot and block attacks. Redundant infrastructure. Distribute resources to mitigate the impact of DOS attacks. Incident response plans. Prepare for attacks with documented procedures for containment and recovery. Regular vulnerability assessments. Identify and address weaknesses that APTs may exploit. Segment networks. Limit access between systems to contain threats. 4. General cybersecurity best practices. Follow frameworks. Align with standards like the NIST Cybersecurity Framework for comprehensive protection. Physical security. Control access to facilities and devices, ID badges, locks, surveillance. Policy and compliance. Maintain up-to-date security policies and conduct regular audits. Continuous monitoring. Analyze network activity for suspicious behavior and respond quickly to incidents. Malware denotes software engineered to compromise or exploit computer systems, encompassing self-replicating viruses and ransomware that encrypts data and demands payment for decryption. In 2023, ransomware incidents increased by 13%, underscoring the escalating threat. Effective mitigation strategies include deployment of antivirus solutions. Utilize reputable antivirus programs to detect, quarantine, and remove malicious software. Timely software updates and patch management. Regularly update operating systems and applications to address vulnerabilities that malware may exploit. Routine data backups. Maintain frequent backups of critical data, stored securely and offline when possible, to facilitate recovery in the event of an attack. User education and awareness. Train users to recognize phishing attempts, suspicious links, and unsafe downloads, thereby reducing the risk of inadvertent malware installation. Network segmentation. Divide networks into distinct zones to limit the spread of malware and protect sensitive information. Implementation of access controls. Restrict user permissions to minimize the potential impact of malware and prevent unauthorized access to critical systems. Incident response planning. Develop and regularly update a response plan to ensure swift action in the event of a malware incident, including containment, eradication, and recovery procedures. These measures collectively enhance organizational resilience against malware threats and support the integrity and availability of information systems. What are phishing and social engineering? Phishing is a form of cyberattack where attackers use deceptive emails, messages, or websites to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information, such as passwords or financial details. These messages often mimic legitimate sources, making them difficult to detect. Social engineering refers to a broader set of tactics that manipulate people into performing actions or divulging confidential information. Attackers exploit human psychology, such as trust, fear, or urgency, to bypass technical safeguards and gain unauthorized access. How do these attacks work? Deceptive communication. Attackers send emails, texts, or calls that appear to come from trusted sources, banks, colleagues, IT departments. These messages may contain urgent requests, fake links, or malicious attachments. Impersonation. Social engineers may pose as authority figures or technical support to persuade victims to share credentials or install malware. Psychological manipulation. Techniques include creating a sense of urgency. Your account will be locked, exploiting curiosity, see attached invoice, or appealing to authority, CEO request. Advanced tactics. Modern attacks use AI-powered deepfakes, hyper-personalized messages, and even voice phishing to increase success rates. Defending against phishing and social engineering. 1. Awareness training. Regular training can reduce the risk of successful attacks by up to 70%. Employees learn to spot suspicious messages, verify requests, and report incidents. 2. Technical safeguards. Firewalls and email filters block known malicious content and suspicious attachments. Multi-factor authentication. MFA adds an extra layer of security, making it harder for attackers to access accounts even if credentials are stolen. Continuous monitoring. Automated tools scan for unusual activity and alert security teams to potential breaches. 3. Incident response. Organizations should have clear policies for reporting and responding to suspected phishing or social engineering attempts. Quick action can limit damage and prevent further compromise. 4. Emerging threats. AI-driven attacks, deepfakes, and automated ransomware are on the rise. Staying informed about new trends and updating defenses is essential. Real-world examples. Spam emails. Attackers often use poor grammar intentionally, knowing that anyone who falls for such messages is more likely to comply with their demands. Business email compromise. Sophisticated scams target executives and finance teams, using personalized messages and fake invoices to steal funds. Fake news and clickbait. NLP techniques are used to detect malicious URLs and misleading headlines, helping organizations filter out harmful content. Key takeaways. Over 90% of cyber breaches involve phishing or social engineering. Awareness and training are the most effective defenses. Technical controls and continuous monitoring are essential. Attackers are increasingly using AI and automation, making vigilance more important than ever. Denial of service, DOS. Attacks disrupt systems, causing costly downtime, averaging $5,600 per minute. Advanced persistent threats, APTs, are sophisticated, long-term attacks targeting organizations for espionage or data theft. APTs often use stealthy techniques such as zero-day vulnerabilities and social engineering to infiltrate networks and remain undetected for extended periods. These attacks are frequently linked to nation-state actors or organized cybercrime groups, and their incidence is rising due to geopolitical tensions. APTs may exploit supply chain weaknesses, leverage autonomous AI agents, and share infrastructure with criminal gangs, making attribution difficult and increasing the scale of global cyber operations. Continuous network monitoring and robust incident response plans are essential to defend against these persistent threats. Key defense strategies. For DOS attacks. Traffic filtering and rate limiting. Use firewalls, intrusion prevention systems, and request throttling to block malicious traffic before it reaches critical systems. Redundant infrastructure. Distribute services across multiple servers and regions to absorb and mitigate attacks. Edge protection. Drop unwanted traffic at the network edge using specialized security devices, firewalls, NT, IP filtering. Global routing. Employ global equal-cost multipath ECMP routing to ensure attacks are isolated and do not affect all users. Continuous monitoring. Deploy real-time monitoring and anomaly detection to identify and respond to attacks quickly. Cloud-based DDoS protection. Services like Azure DDoS Protection provide automated, scalable defense mechanisms. For APTs. Defense in-depth. Layered security controls, network, endpoint, application to slow attackers and detect lateral movement. Network detection and response. NDR use machine learning and behavioral analytics to spot subtle anomalies, command and control communications, and data exfiltration attempts. Security information and event management. CM aggregate and analyze logs for suspicious activity. Integrate with honeypots to lure and detect attackers. Threat intelligence. Leverage up-to-date intelligence feeds to recognize emerging tactics and indicators of compromise. Employee training regularly educate staff on phishing, social engineering, and security best practices. Incident response planning maintain robust, tested plans for rapid containment and recovery from breaches. Vulnerability management conduct regular assessments, patch management, and penetration testing to reduce exploitable weaknesses. Public-private partnerships collaborate with industry and government for shared threat intelligence and coordinated response. Cybersecurity measures and best practices. Network and endpoint security implement firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and regular software updates to protect networks and devices from unauthorized access and malware. Authentication and passwords use multi-factor authentication and enforce strong password policies to reduce the risk of credential theft. Encryption apply encryption to sensitive data both in transit and at rest to safeguard information from interception or unauthorized access. Employee training and security policies conduct regular security awareness training and establish clear policies to ensure employees recognize threats like phishing and follow safe practices. Network security uses firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and network segmentation to prevent unauthorized access. Endpoint security focuses on protecting individual devices, such as laptops, mobile phones, tablets, and IoT devices, using antivirus software, device management, and real-time monitoring. Effective endpoint security involves low-level operations like driver-level scanning, which inspects every disk operation, e.g., opening files, to detect and quarantine malware before it can execute. Malware includes various types such as viruses, worms, and trojans, each with distinct infection methods and targets. Since 70% of breaches originate at endpoints, maintaining up-to-date antivirus solutions, enforcing device management policies, and promptly isolating suspicious files are essential for a robust security posture. Multi-factor authentication, reducing account compromise by up to 99.9%, strong password policies, and advanced encryption standards such as AES 256 significantly lower data breach risks. AES 256 is a symmetric encryption algorithm widely recognized for its strength and efficiency, used to protect sensitive data both in transit and at rest. Alongside AES 256, organizations may implement TLS, Transport Layer Security, for secure communications and RSA for secure key exchange. These encryption protocols ensure confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity of data, forming a critical foundation for cybersecurity. Security awareness training can reduce employee phishing click rates by up to 60%. Organizations that establish clear policies for acceptable use, incident reporting, and data handling significantly strengthen their defenses. Ongoing training is most effective when it includes regular updates on emerging threats, interactive modules, and real-world scenarios. Simulated phishing campaigns, refresher courses, and periodic assessments help reinforce best practices and ensure employees remain vigilant. These continuous efforts embed a strong security culture and keep staff prepared for evolving risks. Emerging cybersecurity trends include the integration of artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML, to enhance threat detection and response. Cloud computing is reshaping data protection strategies, requiring new security frameworks. The field faces ongoing challenges such as evolving cyber threats, regulatory compliance, and the need for continuous innovation to safeguard digital assets. Artificial intelligence and machine learning automate cybersecurity tasks like anomaly detection and threat response, reducing threat detection time from days to minutes. Adoption is expected to grow rapidly, but adversarial AI introduces new vulnerabilities. These include attacks that manipulate AI models through deceptive data, such as evasion, tricking models at inference, data poisoning, corrupting training data, and prompt injection, manipulating language models. Such attacks can cause AI systems to misclassify threats, leak sensitive data, or malfunction in critical applications. Defending against adversarial AI requires ongoing innovation, including adversarial training, robust input validation, and secure AI governance frameworks. Details on adversarial AI. Types of adversarial attacks. Evasion attacks. Attackers subtly alter input data, e.g., adding noise to images, so AI models misclassify it. For example, a few pixels changed on a stop sign image can cause an autonomous vehicle to misinterpret it as a speed limit sign. Data poisoning. Malicious data is injected into the training set, causing the AI to learn incorrect associations or develop hidden vulnerabilities. Prompt injection. Specially crafted prompts manipulate large language models, LLMs, to produce unintended or harmful outputs. Model inversion and stealing. Attackers reconstruct sensitive training data or steal model functionality by analyzing outputs. Real-world impacts. Adversarial attacks can bypass security controls, degrade trust in AI-driven tools, and even cause physical harm, e.g., misdirecting autonomous vehicles. Incidents include chatbots manipulated into making costly offers and vision systems tricked into dangerous errors. Defensive strategies. Adversarial training, exposing models to adversarial examples during training to improve robustness. Input validation, strictly checking and sanitizing inputs before processing. Model monitoring, continuously monitoring AI behavior for anomalies. Secure AI governance, implementing frameworks and policies to manage AI risks and ensure ongoing adaptation to new threats. Misconfigurations are the leading cause of cloud breaches. Cloud security protects remote data and applications, with responsibility shared between providers and users. As 94% of enterprises rely on cloud services, it is essential to implement encryption, strict access controls, and continuous monitoring. However, without robust governance policies, misconfigurations can expose sensitive information and create vulnerabilities. Cybersecurity must address new threats from quantum computing, which can break current encryption, and from the growing number of vulnerable IoT devices that expand the attack surface. To counter these risks, experts are developing quantum-resistant cryptography and implementing zero-trust architectures. Going forward, security frameworks will need to be adaptive, intelligent, and collaborative to effectively respond to evolving threats. What is zero-trust architecture? Zero Trust Architecture, ZTA, is a cybersecurity framework that assumes no user or device, inside or outside the network, can be trusted by default. Every access request is strictly verified and least privilege access is enforced. This approach is especially important for modern organizations with remote workers, cloud-based applications, and distributed data centers. Key components found in Zero Trust architectures. Identity and Access Management, IAM manages user identities and permissions, applications, and distributed data centers. Multi-factor authentication, MFA adds layers of verification. Microsegmentation divides networks into isolated zones. Zero Trust Network Access, ZTNA connects users only to specific apps. Endpoint security protects devices from compromise. Continuous monitoring and analytics detects threats and anomalies in real time. Cybersecurity protects digital systems from threats such as malware, phishing, and ransomware. Key practices include using strong passwords, enabling multi-factor authentication, regularly updating software, and educating users about risks. Staying informed about new attack methods and security technologies is essential for maintaining a safe online environment. Ongoing vigilance and innovation help safeguard personal and organizational data. Key cybersecurity practices. Strong passwords. Use complex passwords with a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoid reusing passwords across accounts. Change passwords regularly and avoid sharing them. Multi-factor authentication, MFA. Enable MFA wherever possible to add an extra layer of security. This typically requires a second form of verification, such as a code sent to your phone. Regular software updates. Keep operating systems, applications, and antivirus software up to date. Updates often patch vulnerabilities that attackers could exploit. User education and awareness. Train users to recognize phishing emails, suspicious links, and social engineering tactics. Encourage reporting of unusual activity. Data backup. Regularly backup important data to secure, offline locations. Test backups to ensure data can be restored if needed. Network security. Use firewalls to block unauthorized access. Segment networks to limit the spread of attacks. Access controls. Limit user access to only the data and systems necessary for their role. Use role-based access and regularly review permissions. Incident response planning. Develop and maintain a plan for responding to security incidents. Conduct regular drills to ensure readiness. Monitoring and logging. Continuously monitor systems for unusual activity. Maintain logs to help detect and investigate breaches. Staying informed. Follow cybersecurity news and updates to stay aware of emerging threats and best practices.